So the last time I sat in this chair was about 3 o'clock Monday afternoon, which was yesterday. And I wasn't quite aligned to do this work. I wasn't quite aligned to um, have this masterpiece and put it together. I feel like I sometimes am scatterbrained when it comes to like my creations and my work, because if I don't write it out, script it out, get it done within that time block that I'm focused on it, when I go back to it, I don't feel that it has like the same passion and understanding and inspiration as before. But that is a negative belief. That is a negative belief. And if that is the case, then I need to take my notes better. And if that is the case, then I need to grow a little more. And if that is the case, maybe I'm not aligned with what I thought I was aligned with. If I'm not aligned with it today, but I was aligned with it yesterday, then maybe it's not for today. So I'm working on what I told you guys I was working on yesterday, and that is my masterpiece. And I'm going to turn this masterpiece into a class. And I don't know how long the class would be. I'm thinking if I do 15-minute sessions, it'll be 30, an hour, hour and a half. If I do 30-minute sessions, it'll be 15-minute sessions for each topic, it'll be about 2 hours. And I feel like that's good. If it's any longer, then that's even better. But only positioning myself to speak at least 15 minutes on each topic and run it home. That's where I am with this. So the name of this piece of work is Unapologetically That Bitch. Okay? Unapologetically That Bitch. I feel like this is more than deserving because it's more than deserving because of my life experiences, as well as the experiences of women, period. Okay? So, of course, this is targeted towards women. And I didn't have that direction before. I didn't have the name of it before, Unapologetically That Bitch. I didn't have the confidence that that title brings with it. I didn't have that before. So I'm truly happy and grateful that I humbled myself to know that I wasn't completely aligned with the work. In addition to that, this transfers into all areas and aspects of our lives as women, you know? As women, like when we are in the workforce, many women don't get paid what they deserve. Many women feel like they have to use their sexuality in order to get them to where they want to be. And this could be in the workforce as far as a white collar job. And this could also be with you having your own business, starting your own business, and different things like that. We are unapologetically that bitch. We are unapologetically human. We are unapologetically woman, feminine, and I have the six basic human needs that says that we unapologetically, all of us, generally, all together as human beings, we need these specific things. So that goes even in the workforce. In the workforce, we need certainty. You know what I'm saying? In the workforce, we need variety. We need significance. We need communication. We need growth. We need contribution, or we don't focus properly. This goes into relationships. So this goes for, like I was saying, like our relationships and our marriages with these men or these women, just however you do it. there are like a certain set of basic things that we need to talk about in the very beginning, or whenever I discover them for myself. There are some things that you're going to have to know. You're going to have to know that I am unapologetically that bitch. You know, unapologetically, I'm going to not make excuses. I'm not willing to overlook any of these things, because science says that these 6 basic human needs I deserve, that I am entitled to. These are the things that I need in order to function properly. And if you're going to be with me, you are supposed to commit yourself to be an asset to my world as I yours, right? And so I need to feel secure. As a woman, we like men. We love men. We love the energy of men, because generally we've been told, or we heard, or we feel, or men feel, and or they've shown that they are supposed to protect and provide. Protecting me means making sure that you're providing me security. And that doesn't mean from the the burglar who's coming to get me in the middle of the night, or the boogeyman under my bed. No. Security means in all ways. Emotional security. When I need to let it out, and express myself, no matter if it has to deal with business, the kids, no matter if it has to deal with my family, no matter if it has to deal with you. You should be my emotional support system, and you should be willing and proud that I'm here to turn to you to let you have it, so that I can let it all out on you, and you can help me in this journey. Okay? And not only just emotional, like I said, physical support, not just even the physical support. What about the financial support? You're here to protect and provide. So the security is necessary. Need variety. You understand what I'm saying? Significance. I need to feel important. A connection, like a real connection, not like, oh, I'm just tolerating you, you're just tolerating me. We need growth, expansion, contribution. You understand? This goes for motherhood as well. Motherhood Motherhood requires all of these same 6 basic needs. They are universal, and they fit in every category of our lives. And what about our friends and our family, who we don't necessarily see every day on a day-to-day basis? These are the things that I require in order to make me whole and complete. And it is my job, it is my duty to position myself around those individuals, to target these specific energies, so that I feel that I'm fulfilled within these things. It is just not your fault to work hard to provide me these things, because let's be realistic. Only people who are truly in love with you are going to work hard to provide something for you. And we have to realize that not everybody knows who they are. Not everybody knows who they are. So just because you find out who you are, it's your duty, your job, and everything to do your due diligence to educate other people about that. But once you educate them, you just can't expect for them to change just like that. But you can develop an understanding about where your expectations are. But it is your job, as you move forward in your life, to focus on only attracting or accepting the individuals who are going to provide you with these things that you need. I did a piece of work yesterday, and it basically was like new thoughts. So Dr. Joe Dispenza, he he's a philosopher, and what he talks about, he's a scientist, and what he talks about is the power of thought, and the fact that we have over 50,000 thoughts per day, and most of them are the same thoughts that we've been thinking for a long time. We've thought the same thoughts yesterday and the day before, probably a week before and a month before, and we wonder why our lives don't change. The more our thoughts change, the more new thoughts, the more different thoughts, the more optimistic thoughts, the more forward moving, expanding thoughts, positive thoughts that we think in our head, then our life generally begins to change because of those things. Think about it. If you're focused on one big project for a long time, your energy is going towards that big project and you expect to see some type of results. Well, our thoughts are thinking about this one specific issue for a long time, how this person treated us, how we didn't receive justice, all this, that, and the other past experiences and everything. And some of those thoughts may be positive, we're not going to say that we're all that, because we're not. All things are working out for us. And we have like some type of positive momentum in our lives. But when we're able to redirect our attention to those things that make us feel good, we develop thoughts because of that. And it is in our best benefit to implement, to position ourselves to have better thoughts. So how do we do that? We do that by learning from other people. We do that by reading books. We do that by tapping into the arts. Man is maker of his own reality through his daily choices, his daily ideas, his daily thoughts, decisions, actions, rituals, perspectives, perceptions, and beliefs. So once you alter those, you alter your entire life. So I had came up with this new thought type of thing. And it was based on the idea of, hey, let's think about, a new thought that we can think about is, who or what type of people will we need to have in our world in order for our world to be 100% perfect? In order for our world to be complete, like who or what type of people? And it's a challenge. I challenge you to ask yourself, who or what type of people would you need to have in your world? And some of the things I listed was like a workout partner. It's very important for me to have that, to be accountable. Business coaches, therapists, personal therapists, marriage therapists. Someone to love me unconditionally, someone to serve me because that is my language, someone to connect with me emotionally. Just thinking about these things that we never really thought of. Like, when's the last time you thought of who would need to be, or who or what type of person would need to be in your life in order for your life to reach perfection? Now, these are the intriguing thoughts that get your brain going. Therefore, you're implementing new thoughts into your world. So no longer are you the same person that you were the day before, because the day before you had not expanded to this level of thought, right? So that's just like something that I like to do. This unapologetically that bitch is a reassurance of letting you know that you're not loony, you're not soft because you want these things. You're not in a disposition. It is natural for you to want these things, and this is a way for you to explain it. Unapologetically, that bitch shows you some of the key components that you may be missing, or some ideas that you have not stumbled upon yet about being that bitch. So it goes on to like listing how you're that bitch. You that bitch because you know how to secure the bag. Okay? And then we have a whole lesson about securing the bag and tips on how you can actually mentally get there, if you're not there. We have she is unapologetically that bitch because she moves in silence. And we talk about that. She's unapologetically that bitch because she lives a luxurious lifestyle. We talk about that. She's unapologetically that bitch because she is in the pursuit of happiness. Aren't we all? She is unapologetically that bitch because she has a plan to live happily ever after. She is unapologetically that bitch because she is about her money. Now, I'm going to have to change this one because we have money in there twice. We have money in there twice. So yeah, that's what this piece of work is about. I'm excited. I'm excited that I got to kind of like give a premise or a basis on it. So you guys will be seeing this information very, very soon. This class will be offered. And what this class is doing, it is giving you tips and strategies and knowledge in order to be unapologetically that bitch. So out of this class, you're going to be able to create that fantasy life right there. You're going to be able to do it because we're going to ask you all the questions that nobody has ever asked you and nobody has ever made you sit down and really think about right then and there. With this class, you are going to be able to take control of the 10 dimensions of wellness in your life and see what you want to change, see what's up with that. And you're going to also learn strategies in order to provide these specific things to yourself, because it's not all about receiving these benefits from someone else. It's also about the power of tapping into self and providing self these things, providing self the power of certainty, providing self variety, providing self significance, providing self a connection, providing self growth, and providing self contribution, because the reality of it is all is within. We can't see, it's not to our benefit to seek outwardly for these things if we have not established these things within ourselves. So one great thing about this is going to make you aware, yeah, I'm not wrong for this. Yeah, I'm not wrong for that. And you're going to be reassured for that. But then it's going to actually make you come back and question yourself. Question self to say, what can I do to get this for myself? Because how I treat myself is how I want others to treat me. So I need to show that I have these things within myself. So when I link up with another person, I'm not looking for that within, I'm not depending on this other person to have that. Because when we depend on this person to have that, we get stuck. We love this person, want this person in our life so bad. They don't have all the criteria. Well, maybe I'll compromise. What? No. So when we have these things within ourselves, we're able to quickly identify if that person over there has these things. And if they do have these specific things, then we are highly attracted to them. But then we have a evaluation period in between letting ourselves go that way and just like, the first approach. So we build ourselves up to have these things and to know how to tap into these things, then therefore we won't expect nothing but the best, because we're investing money into our self-development. That's what this is. We are investing money into our self-development so that we can be better. We're not going to accept a knucklehead that's not on the same journey. Not at all. So you will get tips and strategies. You will get a formula, not tips and strategies. You will get a formula that is going to walk you through how to gain these specific basic human needs for yourself. You are going to get a formula to become that unapologetic bitch that you want to be. Like, all of us want to have a little edginess that we have it together. You're going to be able to create a lifetime line, as well as a visualization for yourself. Now, it's going to be up to you to make it to implement it and put it into a plan. But we're going to probe you to create, we're going to ask you those tough questions and demand these tough answers in order for you to know what it is that you actually want. Because a lot of us think that we know what we want. We have no idea what we want because we haven't been asked all the questions yet. So we're going to make your picture a lot more clearer. In addition to that, you are going to get a lot of tips on tips, strategies, a formula on how to romanticize yourself and fall in love with who you truly are. So this whole workshop, seminar, class, course is definitely going to be bomb. I can't wait to spend my time, putting it together. Of course, we do the whole nine. We do the workbook and all of that comes along with it. Of course, this particular course is going to be published into a book as well. So it will be like a workshop. It will be a workbook as well as a book. In order to reach the different multitudes of people and what they would have, what they, would like. I'm really excited about this because it's like a confidence booster along with guidance. So yeah, that is what I'm currently working on. I wanted to come through and share that because this is where I am. This is the journey in which I'm on. So, Coach Keyonna Divine.